Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Living Our Dreams.
And we are living our dreams now. And why is that?
She says we are living our dreams because this is my nightly routine now. Germination. Ryegrass. Kentucky blue.
Yes, we finally got to what we have been trying to get to for months, and that is planting grass in our eyesore of a backyard.
It's not much of an eyesore anymore.
No, it is not. It is my baby.
I'll call it an oasis, but
it's my baby.
She's not gonna agree with that.
No, it's not an oasis yet. But let's show the progress. Can you see behind me? Look at that. Look at that. That is blood, sweat, and tears right there. I truly can't believe that we see green. That's all we've seen is dirt and mud and brown for the whole almost year that we've been here. It is a miracle. I didn't think we could do it. When I said those fateful words, it will be a very expensive task to get the grass planted, correct, by the professionals. I say, we just plant it ourselves.
Okay, do it yourself.
Why don't we just do it ourselves? I had no idea what I was really saying at that point.
It has been laborious for sure for both of us on different tasks. Getting the dirt. I will never let anyone ever talk me into doing 100 plus yards of any kind of fill ever again.
Yeah.
Not without some serious equipment to go with it. And then I still don't think I would do it.
Our DIY project almost ended at the dirt because we couldn't find any rentals available to help make that process easier. So it was really wheelbarrow by wheelbarrow, taking it from the front driveway to the backyard and then spreading it. And I messed up my hand just from gripping the rake, and I didn't know if I was going to continue. And at one point I was using a shovel and I hurt my back. It was just so much.
It was a learning prospect for both of us. That said, she has been the driving force on the seed and the fertilizer.
I won the battle of the peat moss versus the hay because he wanted to do hay, and I'm like, no, I have done my research.
I believe,
yes.
At first I was like, I don't care, let's just do hay, it's cheaper. But then after one, she ranting for a while, but two, me realizing, I mean, you see how big the yard is. It's not a small yard. We would have to rake all that hay.
Well, that's what I told him. I said, you can put peat moss and let it stay, or you can bring some hay.
So
we got to pick it back up.
She definitely browbeat me on that one.
So that's why I feel like this is my baby, because I basically did
Much
the research.
To the jealousy of her real babies who literally have told her, I kid you not, you spend more time looking over that grass than you do us.
Listen, when you plant something with your own hands and you fertilize it and you peat moss it and you spend an entire Saturday sweating and dirty and it is my baby.
I know.
It's my
now
project.
Let's talk about that for a second.
What?
Spending an entire Saturday laboring, whereas you spent an entire 8 to 9 months carrying the weight, having the gas, having all the aches and pains, struggling to get out of bed.
I told my real babies I just need some time to nurture the newest, okay?
The real babies want to be nurtured.
If it didn't grow, I would have felt like it was my fault because you did the raking stuff, but the actual planting was me, the research was me. So I was like, if it doesn't work, everybody's gonna be looking at me. Like, you you failed. So the fact that it worked, it is, I can't believe it. Like, I just can't believe it.
Careful.
I can't believe it. Oh, wait.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Again.
Yes. So it's not perfect. Obviously, we know that we have some patches. So today, actually, I'm going to overseed. So I use Kentucky bluegrass, but the clock is a ticking. Today is what, September 15th?
Something like that.
This is actually the last chance that, well, the last day of what they consider peak good time to fall plant for this area. Yeah. So if I wait too much longer, I'm risking cold nights and bad weather.
Well,
so
and it's not just that. We are in a climate that we actually have to winterize our in-ground sprinkler system. That's something that's new to me. In Arizona, you don't do that. You just
he didn't tell me this. So he told me, so you're not supposed to really walk on the grass until after 4 weeks. So it's been about 2 weeks. So I was gonna, take my chances and overseed probably October 1st. Because they say, because you still might be able to get away with that. And I'm gonna use a quicker germinating grass of ryegrass, and that can grow in 45 days. Today he tells me, you know what, we gotta turn off the sprinklers in mid-October. And I'm like, but my babies need water. What are you talking about?
It was, no, we're not doing that.
We can't do that.
Look, we just spent a couple $1,000s to have this in-ground irrigation system expanded and updated, and
we spent as much of that on grass seed and peat moss and dirt and all that.
We don't want to just leave it open because of the babies.
Yeah, so I have to walk on the grass today. I wasn't planning on it, but I'm going to try to tiptoe around and overseed with the ryegrass and hope it gets filled in before.
You're going to try to walk on this?
Yeah. What do you think I'm doing? What do you think I brought the seed for?
I would have waited a week.
Well, it's already supposed to get down in the 40s next week. I'm not playing around. I need to. So if I mess up my babies, then it is my fault this time, because I am going to walk on it. But I'm not going to use the spreader. I'm going to use my handheld one. So I'll be gentle. And let me show this one part that is not succeeding. So I'd say 90% of this yard is doing quite well.
Well, now here's the other thing though. It can take 1 year to 2 years to really know how well the seed has taken.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. I'm impatient, and
we know.
And I need it to grow before it gets cold. But this part is not my fault. It has always
it's always been
an issue over here. It is it floods every time it rains.
It's a low spot in our yard.
We don't have good drainage, and the seeds are just like sitting on top of the water, so it's not really getting into the soil. And it's starting to fill out though. I'm shocked that it is actually starting to fill out a little bit, but it's just not growing like the rest of the grass. So I'm going to throw some organic material into it today, cow manure, and hope that it helps with some of the drainage. Yeah. As you see, we just watered this, and it is always just standing water. It just never ever stays dry for long, and it just has not. It's really growing slow, and I don't think some of the seeds I think some of the seeds just got washed away. So this is the one problem that we're going to put the cow manure on and do some serious overseeding. So, are you impressed with your mom's grass growing skills?
And lambs.
Oh, and lambs too?
Because
you grew some grass?
I have.
Here's my cow manure. Yeah. But other than this little area over here, it's looking pretty darn good. So I'm a little nervous putting the
poo on the ground,
because I do see things germinating, but it just keeps flooding. So I don't know what else to do. So even if I kind of mess up the new seed, I'm good. I'm putting this ryegrass on it. So I hope it works. It's not disgusting. It's just too hard for me to pick up.
It's poo.
I don't care about that. I know how to do this. It's just this is the hard part. trying not to step on it too much. And you have more control of the bag than I do.
There's water there. You said where the water is.
Oh.
Don't sass me when
See,
you're asking for my help.
This is what he does when I ask for help. He gets all sassy with me. This is why I did it all myself anyway. I don't need the sass.
What's that?
I don't need the sass. That's what I said.
You don't need the sass.
You just pour and look pretty.
Look, lady, I don't like the way you talk to me. I'm not some piece of meat. All right? I have a brain. I have feelings.
And then he pours in a big old pile.
You've got rakes.
See?
You've got shovels.
You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah,
This is what I've learned. Hopefully this is good enough.
Yeah, our youngest made the comment that had we stayed inside all summer and came out to this now, he wouldn't be sure that it was our house.
Yeah, we have come a long way. And to think I almost walked away from this house because it didn't have a backyard and it had all those trees, and I just felt like this was it was a project I didn't want.
It was a project.
I didn't want it.
I told you the potential was absolutely there. Again, there's patches, but I personally don't expect that there won't be patches even next summer. I don't care what she does with the ryegrass. I think we're gonna have to, seed again. So
it's gonna be a couple years probably before it looks.
Patience is not one of God's virtues that runs strong.
No.
Lord help my wife with patience.
I'm almost glad that winter is coming, because once winter comes and the snow is on it, I don't have to think about it anymore.
Oh,
I don't have to think about it anymore.
She says that, but it's gonna be, are my babies okay under all that worry? I'm worried about them. Should I go out and dig down and look and make sure they're still alive in there?
You never could have told me I'd be into lawn and gardening, and never.
Let's make this clear. She's in the lawn.
Lawn, yes.
There's
not
no
gardening.
gardening
Okay, lawn.
The thumb
lawn.
of green said, "Hi, Venus. Bye, Venus."
Hey, that was before I grew a backyard. Yeah.
You're welcome for that irrigation system that really helped you along the way.
No. This is all me.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
all
not
me.
taking anything away from your seeding and fertilizing and pooping. But had that irrigation system not been here, I think we would have been looking at a lot different
Oh, yeah. If I had to water this 3 times, we're doing it 3 times a day right now by hand, and remember to do that, we'd be having a whole different story.
A much different outcome.
Yeah. So
So it was. I think the whole project was a worthwhile investment. I think our property value has certainly increased, especially once next year comes around and we get to see the full lawn. I think having the sprinkler system, even here where you only use it for 4 or 5 months a year, I still think it's something good to have.
Oh, of course, you need a backyard. Well, we need a backyard.
I think families that have children like to have a backyard, even if your kids don't play in it. It's nice to have the yard for entertaining. It's nice to have the yard just for simply cooking out and being able to look at something attractive and not look at a pile of
But an interesting fact, in addition to grass, is when we cut down the trees, we were worried about privacy, right? And we were like, now we're gonna have to plant all these borders of trees. We unintentionally and not expecting inherited about 7 or 8 trees from
one hibiscus, 1, 2, 3,
from
4,
our
5,
neighbor.
6 trees.
Because when we started this project, someone, I don't know who, contacted the HOA and saw us messing around with all this dirt and tree cutting, and they wanted to make sure that the drainage was not going to affect, the grading of our property wouldn't affect their drainage. So
because we're in an area that, 1, we get a lot of rain, but 2, we're stone's throw from a river that way, and we're maybe 5 miles from a river that way. So this area, and there's a pond right over there too that is designed for drainage. So it was a legitimate concern. There's a lot of basements.
Yeah, I'm usually very, very annoyed with HOAs or any neighbor issues, but I understood that one. So they wanted us to have a survey, and that
To make
was
sure
not
we
a,
didn't
that was
jack
not,
up the-
that wasn't cheap.
No, it
So
wasn't.
we weren't expecting that.
No.
But we had a survey done, and the guy came out and he ran the property lines, and we discovered that our property line extended further over into what we thought was our neighbor's yard, and they had already planted trees there, because when we cut down our trees, they planted some more trees. And so we had this whole issue when he was going around planting mulch for about like, what are we gonna do? Because they had already done a different color mulch, and it was just like, so. But
our neighbor has been phenomenal.
Yeah, he was very cool. But Brian told him he could dig up the trees and plant them on his side if he wanted, but he declined to do that. So, you know, the mulch project extended to those trees, and now we've inherited them. We weren't.
You got some new babies.
We have new babies. I don't know what to do with those. I guess they're gonna be all right. I don't know.
You better take care of those babies. Those cost me a lot of money.
I didn't ask for them.
I don't care. Those cost me a lot of money. They cost me the survey.
Okay, those
6
over there,
trees over there.
they are the new babies, but you know, I didn't really
They
need
will
those.
provide some nice. Well, we talked about putting a tree line on that side, and then eventually, when the wood pile's gone, we talked about doing something on the other side.
And then our other neighbor, he ended up planting several trees. So we
he went
haven't really had to plant trees. This is perfect. Yeah. So all those little trees are not ours. So we lucked out on that department.
I think we'll probably plant some trees back there too.
Yeah, just to fill it out.
Yeah.
That is incomplete mulch. No, we're not leaving that black tarp like that. We just bought some new mulch today because we ran out.
We're gonna need more.
Yeah, but so far this is the border of everything.
The mulch serves two purposes for us. One, it sets a solid border, but it also sets a play area on that side.
Yeah.
And it serves, that play area, it gets a little additional padding. Now, I think that if they're anything like I remember as a kid, they're going to stomp all over this yard anyways. So.
Yeah, I have to prepare myself for that. I grew the grass for them, and now I'm like, but they said it takes 2 years for it to be really ready for the rough wear and tear. I'm just trying to... This has become an issue for me. I've become obsessed with the grass. I'm sorry.
If you do not let them
I
on that
will.
in the spring, you are going to have a riot in your house.
I will let them play on it, okay?
You are going to have a riot. You're going to have two very angry little men.
I know. There will be a
looking at you
revolt.
Like, you're insane, Mom. That's my yard. That's why you put it there. I need to go use it.
I think what I'm going to do, because he's not respecting the babies, how fragile they are.
Ooh.
And you're not. You're talking about taking that mower out there and just crushing them and cutting them too short. So I'm going to get a rotary, a reel, what do you call them, a reel mower? And I'm going to, I'm going to do it. Yep. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. Because he's like, I said, you can only cut it down to 2 inches. And he's like, I don't measure. You just cut.
I don't.
So I have to take care of
blade,
it.
So
No, I'm going to get a real mower.
Exaggerating. And this is, right now, what you're seeing is the obsession. Yeah. Don't look at me like that. That's the obsession.
Well, you know what?
That is the obsession.
You know what? You know what? I am the captain now.
Come on, somewhere.
I am the captain now.
That reference is so soft. I'll be impressed if anybody even gets that reference.
If you do, let us know in the comments, okay? Hey, that's how I feel about it. You don't want to take care of them, so...
I'll take care of my yard just fine. I've managed.
Have you ever grown a yard? Have you?
Yeah,
have you ever grown a yard?
I have grown a yard.
When?
I haven't planted
when?
seed. I've grown a yard. It's called...
No.
Grow back.
No. I intended to show the grass planting process, but it's tiring, and I was busy. Yeah, and I was just...
There's none of that other stuff.
Nobody has time to be stopping and talking and shutting the camera off. And
the obsession was in full effect.
Yeah.
And she was like, I ain't taking time out for that nonsense. I got take care of my little... Look at my little babies. They're here in my hand. They're little seeds. I kid you not.
So I did not do that, but yeah, we did it, and I'm darn proud right now. Let's hope I don't mess it up with something. I don't know.
Jack it up.
No.
Because I'm not paying for another round.